Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing off some gaming accessories. I have a bunch of gaming accessories here, all of them pretty cool in my opinion. I made sure to include many Nintendo Switch related items. I'm going to talk about the Nintendo Switch product a lot for this video, I might as well just tell you now. Yep. And I wasn't going to mention any controllers, but I knew you would enjoy hearing about a few, so I'll show off a few controllers, not too much though. I just wanted to mostly show you like neat accessories. I have a lot of interesting things that I think you will want to know about, potentially buy, or not, you know, whatever. So probably should start out with a bang, huh? Didn't think this through very hard. So here I have a .3D printed dock for the Nintendo Switch. You don't want to use third-party docks, because even if they're designed for it, they're not necessarily a good idea for many reasons, mostly because you don't want the power regulated improperly. So the deal is, this is a 3D printed dock case that I took the original hardware from and put inside the dock case, and it even has, you definitely won't be able to see this, but I'll try. It has the indicator light. There it is, the spot for the indicator light, so even the indicator light works. Then you have your USBs, you got another USB there, HDMI, power, which I had to drill out a hole for power, as you can tell. And I chose to use a dongle. To buy a dongle, there are many different 3D printed docks you can buy. And I bought a I bought a USBC cable that I was confident would be good for it. I will include links below to both the 3D printed dock that I bought and the USBC cable that I bought, in case you are interested. So let's see what else got here. Start out with another Switch item. Here I have a, it's hard to get into this shot here. I have a I have an Ethernet to USBC adapter for the Nintendo Switch. And the advantage of this adapter is that you can go online and you're not on Wi-Fi. So you'll have a more stable connection over Ethernet for, say, Smash Brothers. And I recommend playing Switch Online in handheld mode, because there's less lag, right? So you could buy an Ethernet adapter to USB for your Switch, but if you're going to get less lag in handheld mode, then you would want to do it in handheld mode, not connected to the TV. And that's because when you're connected to the TV, you're stuck with lag either from the Bluetooth controller or from a USB controller, which isn't really a thing in handheld mode. Handheld mode doesn't see, the switch connects when the Joy-Cons are attached. The switch connects directly to the Joy-Cons. But, of course, when you disconnect the Joy-Cons, you can use them as Bluetooth. So, that's another suggestion. Play more in handheld mode. There's less lag. And I know that Joy-Cons breaking are an issue. But my next product will help you with that as well. So, yeah, that's a good product. I use it all the time for Smash Brothers. It's made a significant impact on the amount of lag that I experience when I play. So, and you can use it for any online game. So, I mean, and I wouldn't recommend you buy just any USB-C to Ethernet adapter. Ethernet to USB-C adapter. Just because... Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. Just because I did a lot of research and I didn't find anything online that was necessarily recommended for the Switch. So I could leave another link below, I suppose, to the Ethernet to USB-C adapter I bought. Say that 10 times fast. USB-C to Ethernet. No, it's the opposite. See, I can't even do it. So, on to the next product. I'm not sponsored. Never been sponsored. Probably will someday be sponsored. So, this is the Hori Switch Pad. No. This is the Hori Pad. No. This is the Hori Split Pad Pro by Hori for the Nintendo Switch. And I will leave a link below to this product. If I feel like it, I may leave links to all the products, but I don't know if they'll all be on Amazon, and I don't know what about it, but this is nice. It has the same analog sticks as the Switch controller I reviewed by Hori. It has a D-pad that's bigger and better than the Hori D-pad for the Hori Joy-Con. It has face buttons similar to the face buttons. Come on, get into focus. Similar to the face buttons for that controller I reviewed. It's got turbo. It's got an assign feature. The assign feature works only with, come on, show it, focus the camera. The assign, if I could stop moving the Hori thing, maybe it'd focus. The assign feature works for, oh my goodness, it works for this thing. I don't know if you can see it. It's on the grip. It's a button. It's one button. It's not two. It looks like two in the picture. But you can assign buttons to that back bumper. It's not really... No, it's not a bumper. It's a paddle. But it's not a paddle. It's like a paddle button. So you can assign buttons to the paddle buttons, which is useful for first-person shooters because then you may have an additional button while your fingers are on the analog sticks. So, cool product. There are some misconceptions. No one seems to know how much it drains the battery life. But it seems fine to me. So I highly recommend it. A review is coming out. Can't Mario for it. It's taking forever. Working very hard on it. It's been quite a project. I've never experienced a controller quite like it before, so be excited for it. Maybe don't buy the product until you see my review, but it's going to be a while. So get ready for it. It's going to be a good one. I can tell. Every time I make a new can of Mario, it seems to be better than the last, so You should be excited. Next on the list, yes, my camera cut out there. So I have a product that old school gamers would appreciate and newer gamers would not, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So here I have a worm light for my Game Boy SP. Even it matches. See, they're both purple. And you would ask, why do you need a worm light for your Game Boy SP? It has a backlight, right? See, backlight. No need for a worm light. But I like to jump into bed. When I was a child, I would play Pokemon Red and Blue constantly. And I had a worm light so that I could hide under the covers and play Game Boy when I was supposed to be sleeping, and my parents wouldn't know. So yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for my worm light. I have been playing, and I do that. So if you're an old school gamer and you remember using a worm light, or you want to try, maybe you'd enjoy that. So next we have what do we got? We got here we go. This is a clip. Guess I'm gonna have to show you, huh? It's a clip for connecting a cell phone to a Xbox One controller. Gone, back, gone. And I use that for emulation on the go. You can see my Xbox One controller in shop. You would really want a Xbox One S controller because it has Bluetooth. That's really the way to go. I don't know why you'd want to plug a wired controller into a cell phone, but you surely could do that. So, you know, it's nice. I've got Gran Turismo 2 on the go. Good old school game. Tough racing game. Had a lot of fun with it so far. This clip will not work for the newer Xbox One controllers or the new Xbox controllers, whatever they are. I know that those new controllers are compatible with the original Xbox One, but they're shaped slightly different, so I assume they will not work. But that's a fun product. See, every product so far has been neat, huh? So, what else we got? Here is a get in focus. It is a PS4 controller to PS3 adapter. So this allows me to use my PS4 controller on my PS3. So, nice if you showed the good people. So this is a cool product. There's some additional latency because you have to play over Bluetooth and then through USB. But okay, just watching the camera and me holding this is giving me a headache. So I don't hate the PS3 controller. I'm coming around to it, but I don't love the PS3 controller. There are larger dead zones in the sticks. The sticks feel less sturdy and feel like I have less control because of it. And all the face buttons and all the the D-pad and pretty much everything about the PS4 controller is better. And I use my PS4 or PS3 for PS3, PS2, and PS1 games. So that way I can use my PS4 controller on all those systems. And on a side note, if you have a PS3 and you're playing PS2 games or PS1 games over HDMI, you might notice some significant lag. So if you are having that problem, I suggest that you get some either component cables if your TV supports component, or some composite cables. That's a problem I ran into, but I probably just ruined somebody's day, but that's just where the video went. Cool product, very expensive, cool product. Here we have a Nintendo Wii to HDMI adapter. I know the original Wii. I know the Wii U supports Wii games, and that has HDMI. But what if you don't own a Wii U? Or what if you want to play GameCube games easily over HDMI? Here's the solution. I haven't experienced very much lag, and I do have one massive complaint with the product, but I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, but I like it. It works for me. So it has a tendency to overheat. So whenever your system gets turned off, you need to make sure to unplug it from the Wii. I would suggest unplugging it. I would not suggest just turning it off, because the Wii has a mode where it stays in standby even when it's off, which you can turn off, but I wouldn't trust it. So it ends up overheating the thing and breaking it. This is my second one. My second one has had no problems, but I broke my first one and I bought a second one. I broke down and I bought a second. So if you decide to buy such a product, understand that it may very likely break. And don't get mad at me if you buy one of these and it breaks. Don't go to the comment section, because I warned you up and down. But it has its uses. At least for GameCube over HDMI. I mean Wii games. You know what I mean? GameCube games on the Wii over HDMI. It can do that. So, cool product, works well. No complaints other than, that one massive complaint. So let's continue with Nintendo Wii accessories. Here I have a wireless sensor bar for the Wii, and I assume the Wii U. This one is actually white. I put electrical tape on it because I was stupid and bought the white one, which was only a penny cheaper. I should have bought the black one. But it takes AAA batteries, and it's not very expensive. And turns on and off, has an indicator light when it's on. You can go through the batteries pretty quick, but I got rechargeables, so I don't care. So, wireless sensor bar. I suggest you buy a black one, not a white one, because a black one will look better under your TV, and a white one will match the white Wii, but if it sticks out like a sore thumb, that's not fun. So, wireless sensor bar for the Wii. I'm mentioning the Wii Wheel because I have had so much fun playing Wii games with this thing. I love and adore racing games, and the Wii Wheel isn't for everyone, and it takes a lot of practice to get good at, but I thoroughly enjoy it. It's one of the few ways you can play racing games with a wheel. If you live in a small apartment or have your own bedroom and you share a house, because you can't be stomping on the floor with pedals with a a computer setup. Your parents aren't going to be very happy with you. So, I do suggest you get a Wii, because there are good games for it, including racing games. A lot of good racing games. I know it's a joke, but I like my Wii. I really do. Good system. Some games I recommend for it include Tiger Woods PGA Tour 10, which you're going to want Wii Motion Plus controllers. They're the black Wii controllers. They have Wii Motion Plus, so you can play golf, with motion controls. And because it has Wii Motion Plus, it's a lot less forgiving. So it's a fun time. It's a good game. I'm only going to mention some of the other not obvious games, obviously. F1 2009 is another good racing game for the Wii. It works really, really well with the wheel. I had to calibrate my controls, my racing controls, before I was comfortable. Very tough game. Second tough game I've listed out of both of the tough games I've listed. But you know what I mean. So, very good game, very good racing. F1 2009. Use your Switch wheel for that stuff too. If you want another good racing game, Dirt 2 for the Wii. That's a great time. It's kind of a short game, but I paid $5 for mine. I got more than $5 of fun out of my copy. And it sounds stupid, but Hot Wheels Track Attack. They're normal races, but you build Hot Wheels tracks. You start out from an overhead view, and then you build the tracks, and then you get to race them in a 3D perspective. I mentioned that because it looked dumb at the beginning, but yes, you get to race in 3D. So I've had a lot of fun building tracks. It keeps track of your best time or something like that. So I try to see what's the fastest lap I can run of my own tracks. So Hot Wheels Track Attack, fun racing game for the Wii as well. So here I have a USB adapter for my PC. This particular one allows me to plug in Sega Saturn, N64, and PS2 controllers into my PC. Come on, get in focus. Get in focus. It's in order. Get in focus. Okay. I use that for emulation. If I want to use an original controller for a game, I will I'll use one of these. A little bit more lag because it's over USB, but anytime you do emulation, you're going to experience lag unless you're on something like the Switch and in handheld mode, because of what I mentioned earlier. I don't suggest you buy an adapter for PS2 or PS1 to PC. One, because the PS2 adapters, the blue clear ones, come with malware on the disc. And if you go to their website to download the driver, there's malware there too. But I do like, that's by a different company, by the way. This is a different company that made this blue adapter. So I use these adapters sometimes. I really like them. I use them for Can It Mario. If I have to review a controller and I want to see if it's good for Mario, but it's not a system that Mario is on, I'll use this, one of these, and then I can get my Mario footage. For example, I tested a Sega Saturn controller as my first video, and it was not able to Mario very well, but that's what I did. And I also use them for testing controllers for Can It Mario, because if I don't own a game and I want to test the game, I can buy one of these adapters and test any game I want. So it's a very useful tool for me. I recommended this adapter over this purple one over the other Sega Saturn adapter. The other one has weird lag, inconsistent lag problems. So if you're gonna buy a Sega Saturn one, buy this one. And the other one that broke on me was my N64 controller adapter. I don't know what happened with that one. It was oddly shaped, and that's my guess. But all the rest have held up very fine. They've suffered some abuse. They kind of get, shoved into a corner because they're little boxes with cables that I don't use very much. So, I strongly recommend these products. They're, Mayflash is a company that makes many of them. There's also, so that was fun. That time it was my fault that the camera got. First one was a glitch with the computer, second one was me tripping over the cable. Anyway, so the better adapter to buy, if you're going to buy adapters like this, is RAFNet Tech. How's this thing spelled? RAFNet Tech. RAPHNET-TECH. RAFNet Tech. They make cool adapters like that too. They have a bunch of products similar to it. One that looks really cool is an SNES to NES adapter, which shouldn't have any lag because it's all wired. There's no processor or anything. It's just cables. So yeah, I like those. I used to use them a lot. Now I mostly play with my systems, but for controller reviews, and if I want to play a game that's really expensive and I want to not buy it, I want to use the original controller, I'll bust out the adapter. I have most of the adapters that I want, so fun time. What now? This is just a stock switch charging cable, right? The one that came with the system, but as you can see, I've put a protective case around all the cord. I felt that the switch power cord did not come with quite enough protection. So it took me a long time to install it, but now even my switch power cord is really nice. So I will leave a link below to the switch power cord. I mean that one might not include, because I don't know if it exists on Amazon, but yeah, you can install them. It takes a long time. It took me 3.5 hours to install mine, and that's only because I'm efficient, very efficient. So cool product though. I wouldn't recommend it for very thin headphones, but I do like the product a lot, and I will be buying it again, I can tell. So real quick. Real quick. This is a Game Boy SP to headphone adapter. It allows me to play my Game Boy SP with headphones. I cannot charge the SP while I'm using the headphones, but it is nice. Next, I'll show off this. I don't want to say that. So, here I have a stock NES controller, except it's not stock. Okay, y'all know what NES controllers look like. So, what's nice about mine is it's modded to work on Atari 2600, and I believe it'll work on Sega Genesis. Might even work on Master System. I don't know enough about it. I know there's information on the web of how to do it, how to do the mod, and I bought mine off eBay. The one thing I had to do after I bought it was replace the rubber inside between the contacts and the buttons, because mine was very worn. And I recommend you do that with any really worn controllers. You could just buy one. If you have a bunch of NES controllers, you could buy one. Test it out. Incredibly easy mod, or incredibly easy to install these rubber contact, whatever they are. Now I'm talking about the contacts, not the controllers. You know, basically I bought a modded controller and then I refurbished it. Yeah, because the D-pad, because it was so worn in, was the corners of the D-pad, not the corners, the edges, were digging into my fingers. So if that's a problem you're having, buy these rubber things, easy to install. You know, be careful, be very careful. But you know, I was able to do it. And yeah, what I use for my Sega Genesis actually is a 6-button controller, not the Majesco piece of garbage, but yeah, a good one. It has poppy face buttons. They show wear pretty quickly, but mine I bought brand new in the box, of course. So that's what I use. I use a 6-button Sega Genesis controller for my Atari 2600. They just released recently Sega branded remakes of those controllers and other Sega controllers. So if you have an Atari 2600, consider buying one of those controllers and trying it, because mine, I don't play Sega Genesis with my 3-button controller anymore, and I don't play Atari with the Atari joystick. Way better. Yeah, get one of those. Get one for your Sega Genesis, get one for your Sega Genesis Mini, because I got a wireless one, and then get one for your Atari, I guess. I don't know. Good controller though. Very good controller. I really like it. So, wrapping up here. Only a few more products to show here. I have many controller grips for controllers. I often don't like the way things work out when you buy stock controllers. So here I have what the heck is this? This is a StarLink controller attachment for the game StarLink for Switch. I bought StarLink because it was on sale. But the reason I mention this is because if you happen to have a copy of StarLink and you have this controller grip, you can use it in handheld mode with the Joy-Cons, and it's way better. So this is just an example of a grip that's way better. Makes things easier. I like this thing a lot. I use that. I have a controller grip for my Wii Classic controller. I have a couple grips for my NES controllers. I'll leave a link to the NES controller grip below, which I did a review on, but I'll leave the link anyway. A bunch of grips, actually, you know, more than you'd think. Alright, 2 more products. This is the Switch Racing Wheel by Hori. It has rubber on the sides, so you can see. Not clearly, you can see. See the little texture? Not sure how clearly you can see the texture, but there is texture on the rubber on the sides, and it's a little bit bigger than the one that comes with Mario Kart for Wii, and I like it more. So I use this when I play Mario Kart on Switch, or I use it for Fast RMX, and I plan on using it for Grid Audio Sport when I get a copy digitally. It's only available digitally, but that should be a good time. I like this thing. So many Switch products. One more. So here I have some caps for my Nintendo Switch. Analog stick caps. For some reason I have the wrong ones here, so I'm not going to really show them to you that well, because these are not the ones I recommend. But these are caps for your Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. The reason I got these is because I was looking online at caps and I found them for $1 from China, and I found that they were the same caps that they were charging, you know, $5 for them in America, and these were the only caps I could find. I mean, there were some other Chinese caps, but these are the only, they were all the same caps. So spend $1, order from China, wait for it, you don't need it right away. You'll get these caps, and you'll have another accessory for your Switch. It costs you $1, and it's good for games like racing games where a little more analog stick height is nice. It's good for like first-person shooters like Fortnite or something. I'm not a huge analog stick height person, but you know, for $1, I'll make it work. So yeah, I think that's about it. Sorry the video went on so long. Ooh, I got one more. One more. I lied. This is a biggie. So we have a Nintendo Wii Guitar Hero guitar for Wii by KMD. And it has 10 buttons instead of 5, and it lights up. It's nice. It's nice. You know, if you're gonna get a Guitar Hero guitar for your Wii, get this one. There's certain Wii games that only work with certain Wii games that only work with certain guitars, so don't just buy any Guitar Hero game for Wii, unfortunately. But there's lists online, so you know, buy this guitar, buy your game. I suggest you make sure you're in game mode on your TV, and maybe set up lag, or set up the system that they have. maybe do it every time you turn. No, you don't have to do all that, but set it up so that, you know, the lag isn't as apparent when you're playing on your TV. Rhythm games and lag just, you know, they don't play well. So now that's all I've got. It's only been a 40-minute video, but I hope you all enjoyed that. Outstanding products that I recommend you get include the pluggable Ethernet to USB-C adapter, the Hori Switch Pad Pro for Nintendo Switch, and yeah, I mean, I like all of them, but those are the two I would highly recommend. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and yeah, have a great day. Stay safe.